Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I created this very glam Mad Hatter inspired makeup look. If you want to see how I achieve this look and what products I use, then please keep on watching.
So this is actually a redo. I tried doing this last night, however it did not go as smoothly as I had planned. I tried to mimic the traditional Mad Hatter look with the messy eyeshadow and it just did not work out for me. I'll put in a clip to show you how it turned out, and I just really hated it. So I'm going to do attempt number 2, and for this attempt I will be doing what I do best, and that is glamming up looks. So I still do not have a solid plan for this, however I think I would like to do a cut crease or a half cut crease with this look since there are a lot of colors involved. So go ahead and try to do that, but first we need to contour our face. I already did my base makeup. As I have mentioned, I want to do a glam version of the Mad Hatter, so I went ahead and did my regular base makeup. If you want to go for the traditional version, then you can go ahead and use a white foundation or a white face paint. Or another tip for you guys is to use one of these things. This is the LA Girl Pro Coverage High Definition Longwear Illuminating Foundation in the shade white, and this is actually a foundation lightener. Yeah, that's what it is. So it provides medium to full coverage. What you do is you put a few pumps of this along with your regular foundation, and that will lighten the shade of your current foundation. Alright, so let's begin by contouring, but instead of the normal brown tones that I use for contour, we are going to use blushes instead. So I'm going to gradually build the color. For the first shade, I will be going in with Viva Plum from Bobby Cosmetics, and this is what it looks like. So I'm just going to do the usual contour that I do for my face, except for when I reach this point or the end of my cheekbones, I'm going to draw a straight line down.
Alright, so next I will be doing my eyebrows, and as you guys know, the Mad Hatter has orange eyebrows. That matches his hair. So I will be using the Detail Makeover Sunset Dream palette, and I'm going to take this shade here. It's called Blaze. It is a very bright orange shade, and I'm just going to use that to fill in my brows. And then I'm just going to take a spoolie. And then I'm just going to take a spoolie to blend that in. Alright, so moving on to the eyes, I'll be taking my Revolution Pro eyeshadow palette. This is their Regeneration Trends in Mischief Mattes. And I will be taking this shade right here called Crusade, and I'm going to put that on my crease on the left eye. So I'm going to bring that really high, just a bit of pigment right now, and I'm going to blend that in. So I'm gradually building the color on my crease. And I'm sort of doing a winged shape on Alright. And then moving on to my right eye, I will be using a purple shade for this. And for that, I'm still taking the same palette, and I'll be using this shade called Exclusive. So next, before I cut my crease, I'll be taking slightly darker variations of these shades, and I'm going to create a line and define somewhere above my crease, or above where I will put my cut crease in. So for the blue side, I'll be taking the same palette, and I'm going to use the shade Indication, which is this one. So I'm taking a small flat brush for that, and this does not have to be perfect. And then for the purple side, I will be taking the shade Shrine, and I'm going to mix that with a bit of Haunted. Alright, just like that. And I will be blending that out later, but for now I'm just not going to touch it, and I will proceed with the cut crease. So next, I will be cutting my crease, and for that, I will be using this concealer, this Perfect Cover Concealer from Shawil. This is actually my favorite concealer for doing a cut crease because it's very, very creamy. So I'm taking an even smaller flat detailing brush to cut the crease. And you really have to concentrate and take your time with this step.
Another tip is that you want to cut your crease higher than your actual crease, so that when your eyes are opened like this, you can see your amazing work. So if I cut the crease, let's say I cut my crease right here, right there on my crease, when I open my eyes, you won't be able to see the cut. But if I do it over or above the crease, you will clearly see that clean and crisp line. Okay, I think I'm actually happy with that. I'm just going to take my finger and blend down that concealer.
Right, so I'm going to do the same on my other eye. Alright, so now for the inner half of my eye, I'll be taking, first off, I will be using a slightly flatter blending brush, and I'm going to pack the color in. So on this eye, he actually has pink and purple eyes for the top lid. Yeah,
Pink and purple for this, and then here he has just blue on top and then orange on the bottom. But I really wanted to use some lime green. I really wanted to use some lime green shadows because I don't know if you guys noticed, but my contacts are actually light brown when they're supposed to be lime green. So
I'm going to take this shade Believer from the same Revolution Pro palette. I'm going to pack that onto the inner half of my left eye along with the blue.
alright, so just like that, and then I will be taking a darker green shade and put that on the edge of this color just to help it blend out with the blue later on. So for that, I will be taking the shade Poison. I will be taking the same blue shades that I used earlier for my crease. That's Crusade and Indication right here, these two shades. And I'm going to pack that on the outer third of my eyelid.
Okay, so for my right eye, I'll be using two shades of pink. So for the first shade, I'll be using the shade Fearless. This is a lighter bubblegum pink shade, and I'm going to use that on the inner half of my eyelid. And then for the transition to the purple, I'll be taking this hot pink shade called Underdog.
Okay, so now going in with Underdog. Just going to put that on the edge of Fearless to help blend that out with the purple shade. Okay, so next I'll be taking the shade that I used for this one, the lighter purple one. I'm going to use that again, so that is called Exclusive. Just a tiny bit. And then I'm going to take the darker purple shade Haunted and mix with a bit of Shrine, and I'm going to use that for the outer half or outer third of the lid. I'm just bringing in that purple a bit more because this eye has to be more purple than pink.
Alright, now that this corner is cleaned up and is even with this one, I want to add more pizzazz to my eyes. Like, this isn't enough yet. So I'm going to take this palette, this very pretty palette here from Delancey. I'm not really sure how to pronounce that.
But I'll be taking these two shades right here. So these do not have names, but this is a lime green foiled eyeshadow and this one is a light pink purple eyeshadow. So I will be using, of course, this one, the lime green one, to top this eye here, and then the purple one to top this eye here. I'm going to take a very flat brush. I'm not even sure if this is going to work. Let's hope, but if not, I'm just going to use my fingers instead. So again, I'm going to pack that on. It is working, but not as well as I would like to, so I'm going to take my finger and just pat that all over on top of the green. So to be more precise near the cut crease, I'm going to take this and I'm going to make it work. Okay, so obviously this pink tone is not as reflective as this one, but that's okay.
Alright, so for next, I'll be taking this palette here, one of my absolute favorites. This is Detail Makeover's Metallics palette. This has a total of 21 foiled shades, and this is what they look like. Super pretty and very, very, very pigmented.
So on this palette, I'll be taking this shade, this royal blue shimmer shade called Vega, and I'm going to use that on this part.
And then for this side, I'll be using the shade Serious, which is a royal purple shade. I'm not done with the eyeshadows just yet. I still need to apply some eyeshadow on my lower lash line. So the Mad Hatter has really smoked out messy eyeshadow there, but I'm not going to go for something as messy as that. So for this blue and green eye, I'll be taking some orange shade. So I'm using that Revolution Pro palette again, and I'm going to take the shade Daydream, and I'm going to smoke that out on my lower lash line.
Okay, and then for this eye, I'll be taking pink, and I think I want to use this pink shade right here, which is called Ringleader. And then just to deepen that pink up, I'm going to take the shade Ricochet, which is a burgundy shade, to further smoke that out.
My back hurts. So next I will be taking this cream eyeliner pencil from Bobby Cosmetics, and I'm going to use this to line my waterline.
Seriously, this shade just got really splotchy again, so I'm just going to do that later when I'm done with everything else. So for now, I'm going to fix my very ratchet contour. So I decided to tone it down a bit. I'm going to take this Detail Makeover contour and blush palette. I'm going to be using these shades. It's more muted, it's a bit brown toned. So I'm going to use that for my contour, but I'm not going to remove my existing contour. I'm just going to slightly improve it. So I just put some falsies in while I'm waiting for the glue to dry and set. I'll be doing the rest of my makeup. So let's move on with the highlighter. And this is just super nice. My dad got this for me and I was so happy. This has a total of 15 highlighter shades that are all very reflective. So to match all the pinks going on, I will be taking the shade Whistle right here and mix that along with some lips. I'm going to put this on my cheeks. And I'm just taking the shade Pearl for my nose bridge and my Cupid's bow.
And lastly, for the lips, I will be taking EB Advanced Matte Lipstick in the shade Vivid Violet.
Then, just to add a bit of dimension to my lips, I'll be taking my Jackie and Lauren Glow Drops in Gold and put that on the center of my lips. I'm just going to dab that in with my finger. To top that off, I will be taking my Caroline Stain Gloss. I'm just going to put this on the center as well. And of course, the final step is super important, the gap on the two front teeth. So there are actually a lot of alcohol-activated tooth palettes for FX makeup, but I don't really do a lot of FX, so I don't have that. So if you're like me, you can improvise by using a gel eyeliner or a liquid liner. So for this, I'm using the Blythe Eyeliner Duo Stamp. And make sure your front teeth are dry.
And that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you did and subscribe if you haven't. All of my social media handles will be listed down below, so go ahead and check that out if you want. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you all in my next video.